All right.
Presents Tom Hanks. Big.
Turned into a grown-up, Mom. I made this wind on machine, and it turned me into a grown-up.
Now what?
Get a job.
Cannot get a job. I play with all of this stuff, and then I tell them what I think.
They pay you for that?
Vice President, he's only been here a week.
See that girl over there in the red? Short up her legs around you so tight you'll be begging for mercy.
Well, I'll stay away from her then.
I'm going to stay away from her, whatever her name is.
You can tell that that was an old trailer.
Yes.
It was a little what I like to call furry, like fuzzy.
Sound quality is a little compromised.
Yes.
And it's just, we weren't very good at telling stories via trailers back then. Now it's like an art form.
I know. Well, I know. I kind of feel like someone else was in charge of it. Like
What's the Christmas movie where they, where the Cameron Diaz character is in charge of trailers?
yes, The Holiday.
The Holiday.
Yes, and that's a good example of like what an art form it is. And there are many directors who direct movies now who insist on directing their own trailer.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
it's part of the negotiation.
It's a part of the negotiation, which doesn't that make sense? There are so many movies that have come out that I've watched the trailer and been like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So a trailer is important. And that trailer was for the movie Big.
And that is the beginning of Tom Hanks month.
Got some claps?
Yeah, I'm a little rusty on the claps. I don't even have my soundboard open.
Okay,
I'll get the claps
No,
later.
just go look for it and I'll just clap and then talk a little bit because have the soundboard ready to go.
I know. I screwed up.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
So do we know what 4 movies we're gonna do in Tom Hanks month?
Okay, so we're obviously doing Big. I know we're gonna do Toy Story,
Yeah,
and
that'll be a fun one.
that's a good one. And I think we're gonna do Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. And I think we considered Castaway, but then there's many others
A
that
League of Their Own.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe
We tried Bachelor Party, but we can't get our hands on Bachelor Party. It's
And-
not anywhere.
not only is it nowhere, but we started just watching clips on YouTube, kind of like what we did with Revenge of the Nerds. And Bachelor Party
It doesn't age that well.
not age well, even though Todd and I have very fond memories because it's kind of like the 80s bosom buddies, Tom Hanks.
My name's Josh Baskin. What's your name?
And also, like, we could go into Splash because John Candy's in it. That would be fun. So, you know what I might do, Todd? I
What?
might do a poll
Like it.
on
Yeah.
the story. So, I'm going to write myself a note.
Give the power to the people.
Yeah. So, just know the two that we're definitely doing are Toy Story and this Big because
And Forrest Gump.
and we're definitely going to do Forrest Gump. So, we have room for one more.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah. So, this is Tom Hanks month. November is a very warm month. We've got Thanksgiving coming up. We've got the holidays. We're rolling into the holidays. And I think, I don't know about you, but if someone asked me who one of the warmest actors, who is the warmest actor in Hollywood that is male?
Yeah, I think they call him like the modern day, whatever, Jimmy Stewart. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think Tom Hanks is a good November category, or what is he? Not category, what's the word? Theme. You always like, I want a theme.
Yeah, I like themes. That way our listeners can kind of have an idea. So anyways, I said my name is Josh Baskin, and then you talked about other things. What's
sorry.
your name?
Well, I put Susan,
Yeah,
but there's not a lot of women to choose from in this movie.
sweetie, you're Susan.
Okay,
For
so
today.
I'll just be Susan. I love Elizabeth.
Montgomery?
No, that's not
Perkins.
her name. Perkins.
I get those two Elizabeths mixed up. 'Cause
And there's
it's-
a lot of Elizabeths from the 80s.
Yes.
Oh, who's Elizabeth Montgomery?
From She's Having a Baby, isn't that
I
right?
don't think it's Montgomery.
Oh, is Elizabeth?
McGovern.
McGovern. There you go. Thank you.
So, but yes. So I will be Susan. You can be Josh today.
What is
I am
parenting?
30. You are 12.
Yes.
What is
That's
Zempa?
true. That's true in many ways, by the way.
Is it?
You are 30 and I am 12. That's what you just said.
Do you remember being 30? I do. So we have where this podcast, Zen Pop, is where Gen X pop culture meets real life reflection. And this is a really fun Gen X movie because
Yes.
it came out in 85,
I think it's 87,
87.
but I could be wrong.
88, Todd.
88.
So all of us were wrong.
So can I should be saying this off, not while we're recording.
Okay.
But set the scene. Sometimes you talk about what's going on in the world.
Okay.
It seems like that's like Lady Redundant Woman. Like we know that it was Reagan, Clinton. We know it was happening.
It's not Lady Redundant Woman. What if somebody's coming in for the first time to Zen Pop and they don't know that we talk about that?
Yeah, well, let's just hope they go back in the archives and can listen to us say, "Well, Ronald Reagan was president," and no, 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 no. I'm
You're
not a
just saying
fan
you're
of
bored with what I'm saying.
that part of it. Yes, I
Well, this was the tail end
am.
of the Reagan era.
This is a lot different.
This is totally different. And ambition and image were everything.
That's right. Can I give you my just as annoying AI summary
Okay, go ahead.
of I asked ChatGPT to bring up Big in 3 parts, and each part's like 2 sentences.
Okay.
Act 1, it's called The Wish.
Yep. So far.
12-year-old Josh Baskin, frustrated with being small and overlooked, remember he couldn't get on the roller coaster at the
I
carnival?
remember.
He wishes on a Zoltar machine to be big. He wakes up as an adult and, unable to convince anyone he's still a kid, runs away with help from his best friend, Billy. I'm a big fan of Billy,
Yeah.
by the way, who promises to find the machine again. Act 2, playing grown up. In New York, Josh lands a job at a toy company and quickly impresses the boss with his childlike insight. He moves into his own place, revels in adult freedom, and starts dating coworker Susan. That's you, sweetie.
It is.
Until the pressures of work and romance begin eroding his innocence. I think he was only dating her for like a week, so I don't know if
That's a really strong sentence, eroding his innocence.
yes. Well, she took his innocence, sweetie.
I know. I mean, I understand all the like virginity stuff, but I also feel like he maintains
His
an
innocence.
innocence.
Well, he chooses to go back to his innocence. What he does. Act 3, it's the return, sweetie. When Billy finds his Zoltar machine, Josh realizes adulthood isn't what he imagined. After an emotional goodbye to Susan, he wishes to be a kid again and returns home, forever changed by his brief but eye-opening trip into grown-up life. How do you think that ChatGPT did?
I think because it's just trying to give us the basics, it
Yeah.
did just fine.
Okay.
And I think that is really like one scene. I know I'm just jumping right in the middle, but just to kind of, maybe instead of saying it took his innocence, that he starts to develop certain wisdom about how to engage with the world.
That's what I was going to say. That's what he should do.
And the reason why is because a scene that's in the movie that I don't think gets talked about a lot is, he moves into this hotel, right?
Mhm.
That is
St. James.
the St.
place.
James.
Yeah.
It's religious.
Yeah.
He moves into the St. James Hotel, and obviously the first night he's crying for good reason. There's people yelling outside of his door, there's shotguns outside the window. And then about 15 minutes after that, he's got a job, he's doing all these things, and then you just see him in the same hotel room watching TV, eating Oreos,
Yeah.
completely unaffected by what's going on around him.
Us humans adjust.
We adapt.
We do. I do want to play set the scene music. You okay with
Yep,
that?
I'm ready.
All right. So setting the scene, I do want to talk a little bit about other movies that were kind of in this same genre. And I just want to know from you, sweetie, what, if anything, do you remember about any of these movies?
Okay.
So we're talking about Big, and I asked Chat to talk about, where they body swap or they get young or something like that. So Big was the first one mentioned, but
But that's not body swap. Oh, but get young. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
either one. Like Father, Like Son. What, if anything, do you remember about like Father, Like Son?
I think it was Judd. What was his name? The guy from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. What's his name?
You're thinking of Judge Reinhold.
Judge Reinhold.
That was vice versa. That's
Vice
Judge
versa.
Reinhold and Fred Savage.
Got it. Okay, like Father, Like Son. I feel like I should know. I don't know.
Dudley Moore and Kirk Cameron.
Ooh, random.
I was at a time in my life where I was watching a lot of bad movies over and over again. So I saw like Father, Like Son a bunch of times, and it's really kind of funny.
Was it Growing Pains era?
Yeah, and it's always more fun for the Dudley Moore part because he gets to play a
A
kid,
kid.
whereas Kirk Cameron's
has-
just like
yeah.
a bossy old man.
Yeah, he has to like tone it down.
And I do love Judge Reinhold, by the way, and vice versa.
Who's the kid?
Fred Savage.
Okay, so
They switch
Dudley Moore, it's Kirk Cameron.
Yep.
And then vice
vice
versa.
versa. It's
Okay.
Judge Reinhold and Fred Savage. They switch bodies after touching a magical Tibetan skull.
As people do.
Of course. Whereas Dudley Moore and Kirk Cameron switch bodies after drinking a mysterious potion. They're just like, All right, let's just come up with a way for these people to switch bodies. And then there's another one, which I also love that I don't think anybody saw, called 18 Again.
Sure, we did.
Who is in 18 Again?
Isn't that Matthew Perry?
No. I mean, this is the 1988
Oh,
version
okay, okay.
of 18 Again.
I think
And
I'm thinking of 17 again,
I think you might be right.
which is Zac Efron. Okay, let's see.
18 Again.
again.
It was George Burns
Oh,
with this random actor I've never seen before or since.
no. I think I could probably recognize the cover of the movie, but no.
George Burns, elderly millionaire, swaps bodies with his teenage grandson after an accident.
Boy, we had such a George Burns run.
We did.
We Gen Xers are like George Burns he was, everywhere. Oh God,
Oh God, part 2.
our God, oh God, the devil. What was
Oh
it
God,
called?
you devil.
Devil.
Yes.
But oh God was great because that was John Denver.
Yes.
I mean, come on, John Denver in a movie.
I love John Denver. And then lastly, Dream a Little Dream is in here.
Yes, sure is.
Corey Feldman switches places with Jason Robards. They switch consciousness through a metaphysical dream experiment. I remember watching that movie not having any clue what was happening.
Yeah, it's very it's the Coreys.
Yep.
It's Meredith Salinger.
hmm
Yeah, I remember.
And then finally, we have Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
That's Jamie Lee
Jamie Lee
Curtis.
Curtis and
and-
Lindsay Lohan.
And they had and there was a
What? There was a
19
Jodie Foster one, wasn't there?
1976 version of Jodie Foster. I don't know who she would do that with. And then lastly, All of Me with Steve Martin.
Yes, and Lily Tomlin.
And there's some very funny parts. in
Very
that.
funly.
Okay.
Yes. You and I think we bonded over that one
Yeah.
time.
Yes, yes. Okay, that's all I have for Set the Scene. What do you have?
Well, I'm not going to talk about the Reagan era.
Okay, thank you.
Or that MTV was at its peak. What I'm going to talk about. Oh, I'm going to say a few things. Todd and I are rewatching Stranger Things because, as everybody knows, season 5
Mhm.
starts and this month, Thanksgiving month. And one thing I noticed is I was like the walkie-talkies. It's like Stranger Things.
Love the walkie-talkies.
I know. And I was trying to think, let's talk about this. What are other movies where kids use walkie-talkies to stay in connection? Did they have them in E.T.?
I don't remember. That's a great question.
I mean, Stranger Things is a big one, and then Big is a big one.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh yeah, I love that, like window to window.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's just talk about some real basic things, like that Penny Marshall was the director.
Yes, she crushed it.
And that the writers were Gary Ross and Anne Spielberg, who is Steven Spielberg's sister. Tom Hanks, Elizabeth Perkins, Robert Loggia,
Mhm.
Jared Rushton, who plays Billy, who you
Yep.
were talking about, Mercedes Rule
Yep.
is his mom, and John Lovitz is his co-worker, and then John Hurd is also a co-worker. Big was nominated for 2 Oscars, Best Actor and Best Original Screenplay.
Mhm.
As you already mentioned, it was inspired by the body swap or fulfillment movies. You know what? We didn't talk about 13 Going on 30,
Oh,
which
who was in
is
that?
a Jennifer Garner
Okay.
and Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
And then 17 Again, which we kind of talked about. And then this was crazy. There was a Broadway musical of Big in 1996.
Sounds awful.
It flopped.
Imagine that.
It flopped. I'll just leave it at that. How about, Todd? I'm going to ask you, have you ever seen a Zoltar machine in the wild?
No,
I have.
you have.
Yes. Zoltar machines are really out there.
And I think they are there as a result of the movie.
I think so too. It says that they live in memorabilia collections and there's functional versions of them in arcades
Yeah.
and museums, which I have seen them before and been like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
When there was this this pizza place I used to go to in DeKalb.
What was it
It
called?
was called Pizza Villa. And you'd go down the stairs and there was like an arcade, right? Just like any
Love
good
it.
place. And and maybe this woman was in the front. I can't remember, but there I think was a woman with you know what? No. Am I messing this up with the place we go to in Galena, Happy Joe's?
I love Happy Joe's. Happy Joe's had no basement though.
No, it didn't. I think it's where there's like a woman in a a ball where she tells your future.
Oh yeah, like the crystal ball lady.
The crystal ball lady. Is
Yeah.
that at Happy Joe's or was that a Pizza Villa?
I think it's Pizza Villa. I don't remember that lady being at Happy Joe's.
But it was the same kind of thing where you'd make and they'd give you a card. You'd make a wish or ask it a question, and then
Yeah.
a card would pop out.
Yeah.
So you gave it money to tell you something scary and awful.
Yeah.
So it was like we already talked about. It came out in 1988. Critics loved it.
Mhm.
I thought that was great to hear.
That is.
Let's see, and audiences loved it. It was the first female directed movie to gross over 100 million,
Nice job, Penny Marshall.
which was groundbreaking.
Yep.
Let's see, kids and parents liked it. It's very hard to find those movies. That's a really Tom Hanksy thing, is to have a movie that both kids and adults like, kind
Right.
of like Toy Story.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Not Bachelor Party though. Don't show your kids Bachelor Party.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea not to do that.
And so this was something that I didn't know exactly where to put this. I didn't feel like random facts,
Yeah.
but I wanted to share it because I kind of did a deep dive into a Vanity Fair article. Tom Hanks said Big was the most joyful project of his career.
No.
He loved playing a kid in a grown-up's body because it gave him permission to act on pure instinct.
Love it.
And then he said many years later, we didn't know it would be magic. We just knew we were having fun. Penny Marshall, she said that she worked really hard to create an atmosphere of play and trust on set. And she encouraged Tom Hanks and the young actor played by a guy named David Moscow to study each other's mannerisms so adult Josh would be the same person, which Tom Hanks did again in...
Is that Mr. Gump? Mrs. Gump.
Like, Tom Hanks has said that everything he does in Forrest Gump is based off of the kid who played him.
Yeah.
Like, he just talked like him, walked like him.
It's easier for the grown-up to adjust to the kid than the other way around.
Correct. So Tom Hanks is obviously very good at that. Elizabeth Perkins said she was moved by the, tenderness of the story. I don't like that word tenderness, but she used it. Why don't I like that word? Do you like that word?
I got no beef with tenderness. It reminds me of tenderizing my steak.
Yeah, I know, but it feels, I don't know, it kind of is a moist word to me. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
but not as bad as moist.
No, maybe
Moist is
not.
the worst.
She described the film as a fable about the moment you realize you've lost your innocence.
There you go.
Wow, we were just talking about that. And then she and Tom Hanks reportedly spent a lot of time discussing the tone and how to keep their chemistry romantic but innocent.
Loved it. They did. They thread that needle very well, I think.
I thought so too. So, I think now, Big is one of the defining films of the 80s.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, as far as best pictures, like E.T. and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Breakfast Club, Big is always up there. It's a coming of age film for adults. A big reminder of what gets lost as we get older. That's kind of the gist.
Can I, I accumulated a few of my favorite scenes from this movie.
Sure.
And some of them play well to audio, but some of them don't. So the ones that don't play well to audio, I'm just going to tell you what my favorite is.
Can I do something really quick?
Sure.
Because I think we can blend two things that we brought.
Let's blend.
Okay. So I wanted to do a new, what's it called? A new
Space goes downtown, baby, down the road.
new category.
New category.
My brain is skipping today.
All right.
I wanted to do a new category specifically for this film for you.
Oh, love it.
Okay. And I wanted to call the category I think like things we say in real life that are from this movie.
Oh. So
Okay.
in other words, things
Things we say in
of our day-to-day language that are inspired or exactly
from this movie.
Yeah.
So I wrote things we say in everyday life that are from this movie. So I'm going to go even like another layer of something we have to figure out. I have 3 songs that we could use and you have to choose which one.
This is called figuring out the podcast while we're recording.
Correct.
Go
It's
ahead.
fun.
Yes.
We could, because I was putting in talk and words and all that kind of stuff. So there's a song by Frankie Ford called You Talk Too Much.
Okay.
Do you want to play it and see?
I could try my best to pull it up pretty quick.
Yeah, see if you can pull it up. And then there's 2 others, but I'll give you time to pull up this one.
Frankie Ford,
Uh-huh.
you talk
Too
too
much.
much.
And
Let's just-
go a little bit in, like
yeah,
10 or 20 seconds.
I will do that right now. So, are these the themes for this category? Oh, so we're choosing a new theme song.
For this category.
Okay.
So it's this one,
All right.
or we can use, and I thought this was very Kathy and Todd. Remember when we did the whole podcast about like songs that are by a band of the same name, like Big Country?
And
Their
Big
biggest
Country.
song is Big Country.
Bad Company, Bad Company.
Correct. Well, there is a band, it's kind of like an alt band from the 80s called Talk Talk.
Okay.
And their biggest song was Talk Talk.
Talk Talk. All right. And it's called Talk.
Talk Talk.
I-
And go like 30 seconds in. You won't know the songs. You didn't listen to this kind of music, but I know this song from MTV.
Let's see if we can. Is it?
Yes. I know Todd doesn't like that one.
So far, we're 0 for 2.
Okay, so the last one is a
It's a good one.
Charlie XCX song,
Okay. Now,
also called Talk
is
Talk.
Charlie SEX a boy or girl? I don't even
It's
know.
a woman.
Okay. Charlie SEX.
And go about 30 seconds in.
And what's the name of the song?
Talk Talk.
Well, a lot of talk. How do you spell Charlie SEX? Is it
It's XCX. So Charlie, the
Oh.
name, and then XCX, literally
X?
those letters.
Oh, I think I found it. Let's do a little bit of this action. Definitely going with this one.
Okay, so then you're playing it right now. This
Okay.
is the entry to this category.
Okay.
Things we say in everyday life that are from this movie.
Okay.
So you have a bunch of things in front of you. Some of them I think you probably already say in everyday life, correct?
What do I have in front of me? You mean the scenes that I like?
You were going to
Sure.
play some things. So
Sure.
play or I have them all written down because I know what Todd says.
Yes, you do. So before we get into the Space Goes,
Yes.
I
And
just
others.
want to say that one of my favorite scenes, I kind of looked at the movie from beginning to the end. My first favorite scene is obviously when he realizes he's big for the first time, when he wakes up in his bunk bed.
Yes.
And like he hits his head on the thing as he tries to duck underneath the bunk bed.
Yep. And he jumps down
and then he
bud.
looks at his underwear to see what package he's got going
He
on.
sure does.
So that is a very good moment in the movie.
It is. And also when he looks in the mirror and then he laughs
Yes.
and then looks down,
Yeah.
looks back up,
Well,
closes the mirror.
right.
Like he thinks he's seeing things.
And then he takes water, rubs them on
Rubs
his
on
eyes.
his eyes.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is just really well.
So that's really good.
Okay.
That's just Tom Hanks and his genius.
Okay.
The second favorite scene of this movie is this one.
Something really strange happened, and I'm really scared. I need you to help me, my best friend. I can prove it to you. The space goes down, down, baby, down, down the roller coaster. Sweet, sweet baby, sweet, sweet, don't let me go. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy, rock, shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy, rock.
I met a girlfriend.
Triscuit.
She said a Triscuit, a biscuit.
Ice cream soda puff.
You know, I was top.
Ooh,
Check it out.
Street, 10 times a week. I met it, I said it, I stole my mama's credit. I'm cool, I'm hot, sock you in the stomach 3 more times.
What I love about that is the very end. It doesn't end with a good conclusion. Sock you in the stomach 3 more times. And it's the perfect conclusion to a random weird song from 2 13-year-old boys.
Which Tom Hanks got from his son. Right.
Yes, that's exactly right.
So he brought it into the movie.
Yes.
And so that is on my list of things that Todd says to people sometimes, not in like a deep conversation,
No.
but Todd does do that
Yeah.
whole thing.
When in doubt.
He and Skylar actually have a video that I love of them doing that to each other. It's great.
My next favorite scene. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's when Billy and him are getting ready for the job interview,
Uh-huh.
and he doesn't know how to fill out the application.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's just a lot of funny stuff going on here.
Don't worry about it.
Social security number?
32, 17, 25.
What is it?
Locker combination.
Eight.
Mr. Baskin? Mr. Baskin?
Yes. Yes.
So pause there. He doesn't even look
He
up
doesn't know
because nobody calls him Mr. Baskin.
that's his dad.
That's his dad.
Right.
And then the lady is really funny.
Personnel director will see you now. Your son can wait out here.
Yeah, okay. Son, you should sit down and don't give the lady any trouble now.
And he's wearing the blue like suit thing with
Yeah.
the huge collars. Oh, it's so good.
Sweetie. And then he gets into the office and the guy's like this
Yeah. Yeah. He's clicking his pen.
with his pen. It drives me crazy. And then he's like, oh,
Yeah.
GW, you
Right.
pledge
Every day.
every day,
Or every morning.
every morning. Okay.
My next favorite scene is
So I'm checking these off. These are still under the category of things Todd says in everyday life. Now that last one, you don't say that in everyday life.
No, I
You
don't.
just like that
No,
scene.
that's
Okay.
right.
Keep going.
Adolescence. 3 years. 2. Every day after school.
Probably best scene of the whole movie, right?
Right.
Not,
Well,
not my favorite scene.
I was
but
gonna
one of the
say,
best.
I think it's most memorable. I
Yeah.
think it kind of sums up everything.
Yeah. And they had body doubles there dressed as them. Did you read this?
I only read that they did it. It was a whole day.
Yeah, and there was body doubles there that were supposed to
Take
do it
over.
again and cut in when these guys screwed it up. And their goal was to not let the body doubles even show up in the movie, and they were successful. They like crushed the whole thing.
Robert Loggia,
Yes,
Byron Mayo.
yes. Do you like the piano scene, sweetie?
It's fine, but that's not my favorite scene in the movie. Sweetie, I got no response from Byron Mayo.
Sorry, I'm trying to do too many things. Um, and for some reason, I think this is a funny scene.
Don't you get?
It turns from a building into a robot, right?
Precisely.
Well, what's fun about that?
Well, if you had read your industry breakdown, you would see that our success in the action figure area has climbed from 27% to 45% in the last 2 years. There, that might help.
Oh,
He still doesn't get it, sweetie.
He's gonna keep raising his hand.
I still don't get it.
Still don't get it.
I get so mad.
What?
What don't you get, Josh?
Well,
Paul plays a really good bad guy.
I love as that scene goes on because first of all, I love when I've seen movies 80,000 times to just listen to the people in the background.
Right.
And he goes on to explain that he thinks maybe it should be a bug that turns into a building
Yeah.
or like it, and the people in the back are like a bug.
The guy is like, no, no, no. The robot turns into a bug. He just keeps
The one
saying,
guy's like a ladybug for
Yeah.
girls.
yeah.
And then
He's like a prehistoric transformer. Like now you're really onto something. The guy gets so mad.
so that one connects with something that you say all the time.
What do I say?
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't get it. La la la. That's true. That is true.
So I'm checking that one off my list because Todd says that in real life.
And now I'm about to play my favorite scene of the entire movie.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second. Oh, this is it.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Hmm?
Hey!
Hey, you're Josh Baskin, remember? You broke your arm on my roof. You hid in my basement when Robert Tyson was about to rip your head off.
You don't get it, do you? This is important.
I'm your best friend. What's more important than that, huh?
I'm going to pause there. Billy has been going into the city by himself to keep his friend Josh company. I think the mailer that has the Zoltar machine showed up like a few days ago, and Josh isn't returning any of Billy's calls. So
I know.
Josh is like, Billy's like, screw this. I'm going into the city to say, WTF, where are you? And he's just like dismissing him. And not much gratitude for Billy. And then Billy finally is the one who wakes him up. I think the hero in this movie is Billy.
Well, it's a best friend movie again. Stranger Things.
Yeah.
It's very like 80s. This was the ET kind of vibe, oh, Stand By Me.
Yep.
Who are your best friends, when you're 12 years old kind of thing. And I would say that in the scene where Billy and Josh find the St. James Motel
Yeah.
and Bill and Josh is like, I don't want to stay here alone. And Billy's like, well, I got to get home before 10. I'm more worried about Billy going back on the bus
Right.
at 9:30 or whenever he's leaving than I am about Josh.
Yeah.
Like Billy's like a rock star. He's
Right.
coming into the city on the bus,
Right.
into New York. Like, come on.
Right.
But yes, I mean, and that's the whole point is that if you really to break the movie into acts, ACTS, into like categories, it's that it starts out with them together, and then even in the middle, let's do it in 4. In the middle, it's still them together.
Sure.
And then once he gets really involved with Susan, and it's not Susan's fault
No,
per
of course
se,
not.
it's just that he starts to have other experiences as adults do. And then he gets into his job and he becomes vice president and all these things. He and Billy break apart. And then at the end, he chooses Billy.
Well, and think about life lessons. And this is probably stepping on another category, but how many of us choose our work, our profession, our, our kids, and we completely lose ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's a lot of wisdom in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, and we'll get into this with Rolling in the Deep, but okay, so can I go back to my new category?
What up?
Everything you played is relevant to it.
Okay.
But again, with our Charlie XCX music
Yep.
of that this is about talking.
Yes.
You always say wee Jags.
We Jack. Yes, and that is some random thing when something good happens, and then they do this thing where they
They do it their fingers. They
do
go
with their
wee, wee,
fingers
Jags.
and then pull their fingers together.
They do it. The time I remember is when they're reading in the paper
Yeah.
about, and he's like computer
He's like,
programmer.
Computer operator.
Read that. You also do the Billy look, la, 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 la,
Yes.
with the
I do
cherry.
a lot of things from this movie.
And then you and I together, one of our favorites that we say all the time, hockey.
Oh, hockey? That's right. I think you and I are the only people on the planet that say that.
Well, and it's come to mean like when we're exaggerating
Yeah.
something, kind of like, and this is going to be good, and this is good, and we're like, and hockey.
Right.
And when does he say that? I missed it when I was watching it yesterday. What's he explaining?
He's introducing his new game. And
Is it the new comic book?
yeah, it's his new comic book
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So we say hockey
Yes.
all the time. Okay. So you also do memories
Like
corner of my mind. And then this one, and this one I just think is funny. I don't think you do it, but I like when he gets to the holiday party and he's like, "Hey, that's the guy from the meeting."
Yeah, it's such a little kid thing to say. Most of the genius of this movie is in the small, tiny little things like that. Oh, there's the guy from the meeting.
Hi.
Oh, there's Miss Patterson. Hi.
If there's with Patterson I.
Yeah.
And of course, the eating of the small corn cob, which it's not really even a corn cob.
Right.
That's cute. And then I think it's funny when they're in the limo and she's like, "I'm really vulnerable right now and I love my job."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Ejector seat."
Yes.
He's like so not listening, as kids do not. She's like trying to get into this deep conversation, but then he goes through the top of the the limo.
Sunroof. Yeah, the sunroof.
And then probably I like a few Billy Idol songs, but the good Billy Idol song plays.
Yeah.
And it's called Hot in the City, right?
That's a Billy Idol song?
Isn't it?
I don't know.
Will you play it?
I don't have it up right now.
Are you like focused on something else you're going to
Well,
play?
I'm trying to find hockey, but
Hockey?
I can't really.
Don't do that one. Do Hot in the City instead.
I know, sweetie, but it takes me a little bit to get there. So you
Yeah,
have
but
to
what if I
talk.
just talk?
If you
Okay, I have something good to talk about.
go ahead.
And I think it's interesting. Let's stay on Susan since I'm talking about this scene.
Look
This
at me.
scene-
I just found it.
You did?
I did.
Hockey?
No, this is the ejector seats.
Okay.
Vulnerable right now.
Right on.
No, and I mean, I love my job. And
Billy Idol?
I think it is, Todd.
Well, I'm not going to challenge you because I'm the worst person to answer a question like that. I just didn't know Billy Idol did Hot in the City.
Well, I mean, I think so. And I'm going to look it up because, yeah, Billy Idol. Okay. So should we go to, I'm not quite sure which category this should fall under because I want to talk about Susan's transformation to being genuine.
Okay.
Should we do that and set the scene or should we do that in random facts or in WTF?
Do we have to do Remember When?
I have no memory of the first time I saw this.
Great. So let's. Oh, hold on. I got too many things playing music right now.
Okay.
I'm going to do this then. So let's head on over to random facts.
Okay.
We've got a lot of them.
head weighs 8 pounds. Yeah, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
All right. Random facts. You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Random facts. I got quite a plethora of these guys. Or at least I thought I did. Robert De Niro.
Yes.
He was originally cast as Josh before Tom Hanks. De Niro's darker version of the script leaned more dramatic than comedic.
That would have been awful.
It would have been really bad.
So
Isn't that
bad.
weird how you think like you have a script and you kind of know what the story's going to be, but if De Niro took it, he would have made a completely different movie.
Yeah, and whoever directed it.
Right.
I don't, like the director sets the tone and the vision.
Right.
Right. So you can take a script and go a lot of different ways with
Yeah.
it.
The Zoltar Speaks machine was built for the film. We already talked about
Yeah.
that. Replicas exist worldwide. You figured that out. And the film was nominated for 2 Oscars.
Yeah.
Do you know the 2 Oscars?
I did. I said him at the beginning.
Screenplay.
Screenplay and Best Actor.
And that was his first nomination.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who won that year.
Let's think. 1988.
Well, we always screw up because 88 means 89
Correct.
and all that stuff.
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know either, but we'll figure it out. That's all I got for random facts.
Let's see. I also, let's see. I saw that Harrison Ford, Kevin Costner, and Dennis Quaid also passed on the role.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I did see a few of them, but I never believe any of that because it always seems like it's the top 5 or 6 actors in that
Of the
era
time.
always on the list. So I just don't know how much I believe it all.
Right. So I kind of agree with you. But I did get the Robert De Niro thing, so that definitely was the case. And actually I also read that Tom Hanks initially turned it down because he had been doing Dragnet. And then once he was done.
Little Turner and Hooch action.
Yeah, that time. He was in a lot of movies. He was just getting it going.
Okay, you ready for the best actor category
Yeah,
for
let's hear it.
1988? Some guy named Max von Sydow for Pell the Conqueror.
Okay.
Edward James Olmos for Stand and Deliver.
That's a great movie.
Is a great movie.
Mhm.
Tom Hanks for Big. Gene Hackman for Mississippi Burning.
Okay.
And you know who the winner is? I mean, I haven't given you the last person.
Okay.
No guesses?
Go ahead.
Dustin Hoffman.
Rain Man.
Yeah.
So he won.
So interesting because Dustin Hoffman did a wonderful job being Raymond Babbitt. Is that it? Charlie
Mhm.
Babbitt. But there's not a lot of range there.
No, and it was one person's story of autism. Now, we couldn't have known that back then because that was new language to us. But not everybody who's autistic look,
Yeah.
it just kind of set a tone for what autism looked
Oh my
like.
God, it took me years to unravel. There's still a part of me. It's like, oh, autism means Rain Man, and that's
Or being a savant, yeah.
right, and that's totally not true.
Wapner.
4 o'clock, Wapner.
Yes. So I also, okay, so the apartment that Josh buys after getting rich, which I thought was so interesting. Okay, so walk me through this. He gets the job as the computer programmer,
Yeah.
sitting next to John Lovitz.
Yeah,
And they get their first paycheck, and it's $150.
I think it's like $187.
I think it could be 54,
Yeah.
and maybe I heard it wrong, but it was not a lot.
Yeah.
And then he and Billy have a great scene where they go to the bank and like they get it in like, funny bills
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And then they go out and have a great day. It's actually a lovely scene because they
Sure.
go have fun. And Billy said, "We just had a lot of fun, didn't we?"
Yeah,
Which is beautiful. But then, and again, I know that he moves up,
yeah.
to a bigger role, but it's just a funny place to start.
We gotta suspend. Reason because even if he did get some promotions,
Come on.
he bought a lot of stuff in a really sweet New York, Manhattan.
It was in Soho.
Yeah.
And that space would be 5 million or more.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's
like
just,
his renting suite.
and we have to do the same thing with Friends and all those shows.
That's right.
Like they can't really afford those places.
Yeah.
And then it was nice. Penny Marshall filmed a lot of it in New York.
Yeah.
He didn't do a lot of lots, which is cool. It says that something that was filmed that they didn't put in the movie, or no, this was in an early draft. I don't think they filmed it, that Susan's character also made a wish at the Zoltar machine.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, but test audiences thought it was confusing.
You mean at the end she did?
Yes, it says in an early draft, Susan's character also made a wish at the Zoltar machine, but the ending was changed because test audiences found it too confusing. Now that would tell me they did film it,
Huh.
right?
Yeah, if there's a test audience.
Right. So that's confusing.
Yeah.
Okay. So should I do my Susan stuff now?
We should probably do Susan under the WTF.
Okay, let's do it then.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
All right. What do you got for Susan?
Well, before I say that, $17.50 for the room, $10 deposit for the sheets.
Yeah.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Explain to me the sheets,
Well, they give you sheets,
right?
and if you take them upon exit, you lose that deposit.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Why would we take sheets?
Well, there's not a lot of abundance for people that stay at St. James,
St.
so
James.
maybe they want to take it to
Got it.
keep themselves warm at night.
Yeah, I guess like then we could yeah, okay, good point. I hear that. Then also Josh on the milk carton, which I thought was a very good 80s
Yeah,
moment.
that's a hidden gem.
Oh, dang. Did I take that one from
That's
you?
okay. It's fine.
Okay, so now I will go to Susan. So one of the coolest things about the movie is, there's many levels of transformation, and we talk a lot about Josh, but really Susan changes a lot too.
Sure.
So when we meet Susan at the beginning of the movie, she has really tight clothes, not like showing off her body, but just like really contoured clothes, like work clothes,
Kind of like
suits.
Sarah Jessica Parker in the Christmas movie you like so much.
Yes, it's that kind of person. It's a very tightly wound
Family Stone.
Family Stone. Yeah, a very tightly wound person. Her hair is back and it's very severe.
Yeah.
She walks very intentional and she yells at people a lot.
Yeah,
Like
she's a screamer.
the first scene where you meet Susan, she walks in to yell at her boss
Yeah,
about
that's during the interview.
correct during the interview, where he's doing this with his pen.
Yeah.
Okay, and she also is a big smoker
Mm.
at the beginning. So everything is like kind of a like don't mess with me kind of person. You know what I mean? Like serious,
Very stoic,
executive. And also she is dating the other sleazy
Well,
executive.
we're going to talk about that.
Okay, so I won't get deep
Paul,
into
his name
that.
is Paul, sweet.
But can I just give Susan a little slack here?
Sure.
She is playing a game of survival in that office where people are like, oh, and you slept with this guy and you've been with this guy and you've done this. And obviously the first time she sees that Josh is really well liked by the boss, she gets interested in Josh, but she's trying to survive a male dominated field.
So real quick question. Do you think Susan, or I know she ended up liking him for real.
Correct.
But do you think the beginning of it is because his star was on the rise at the
Yes,
company?
absolutely.
Okay.
And I think it's less about I want to sleep with this guy and more about, because there's actually a scene where John Hurd says, well, he's got the attention of whatever,
with
the
boss.
guy, the boss, McMillan.
Zach Mayo.
And Byron Mayo.
Byron Mayo,
Zach's
sorry.
his son.
Sorry.
Sorry. These are all references to Officer and a Gentleman where he plays Zach Mayo's dad. Robert Loggia. But anyway, he says, and the boss really likes him. And Susan says, I know. Kind of like they focus on her, like she's like, okay, now I'm going to set my
I've
sights.
seen this movie a billion times. I never picked up on
Yeah,
that.
just a real small scene. And so her hair and her outfits, they match her very stylized executive world, very stiff, very intimidating. Then she starts to, I think the shift is, we could debate where the shift is, but she starts spending a little time with Josh. And I would say the first time she spends time with Josh, when the first time I see her change is when they're in the limo and he stands up and he says, get up here. And she has like a 20-second smile and then they hit a pothole or something and she falls back down, kind of embarrassed.
Yeah.
But her going through that window, she kind of had a moment of fun.
Yeah.
Then when they get to his apartment and he just thinks she's coming over to hang out.
Yes.
And she thinks she's going there to sleep with him.
Correct.
And he's like, okay, but I get to be on top.
Which is a hilarious line.
It is. And he just means the bunk beds. And then when she goes in and she's like, oh my God, a child lives here. In her head, that's what she's thinking. But then they start jumping on the trampoline and she goes from wanting to hold her dress down to having a really good time.
Yeah, like a little kid in pigtails, like she's 7 years old.
And so then the next scene, Josh is coming out of the bathroom with his pajamas on and she's already in bed and her hair is down.
Oh, yeah.
So the hair is a big like signifier of she's softening up.
Do you think that she thinks she's going to have sex with Josh Baskin
I
that
do.
night?
I do.
Josh has different plans, sweetie.
He does.
It's called sleep on the top
on the
bunk.
top bunk. And She must be in one of his shirts or something. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
like a football jersey or
Yeah,
something.
but her hair is down and she's just softer and she's just sweet.
Yeah.
And literally letting her hair down. And then I think the end of it, it's about her real person coming out, because
Yeah.
it's not all about play for her.
Right.
She's still ambitious. She's still very serious. In some ways, she's more like real.
Yeah.
You know, it's like her hair is down, but it's not all about that. It's not all about her appearance. It's about how she shows up more as herself, and how, she's more vulnerable with him, and she's a better person.
So along those lines.
Yes.
I don't know what's the relationship between Paul and Susan?
John Hurd,
Yes.
they had been living together, or at least sleeping together.
That's the question. Are they so
Absolutely.
the next scene
She brings
is
his stuff.
them driving to work together.
Yeah, so they're probably living together or carpooling.
One of the two, right?
I mean, people used to carpool. In Mr. Mom, they carpool.
So this is the scene.
Okay.
Industrial average management.
Have fun last night?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you left pretty quick.
Gave him a ride home. Oh,
Oh, did he enjoy it?
don't be ridiculous.
So let's pause there. So that tells me they're not living together,
Right.
because she couldn't say I gave him a ride home, because if they live together, he will have known that she slept over.
So they're carpooling.
So they're carpooling.
Or he picks her up at the train or something.
Got it. So she's trying to get out of this saying, I just gave him a ride home.
And
Okay, that makes
if
a
you
little more
remember
sense.
at the party, when she's sitting with him smoking,
Yeah.
what's his name in the
Paul.
movie? Paul. She's sitting with Paul and she's smoking. She's watching Josh. She gets up and walks over to talk to Josh, and Paul is really drunk.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Ugh,"
Yeah.
like he's like
He's
slurry.
talking about toys.
Yeah, but he watches her leave with him.
Yeah.
So he knows what's up.
Yeah. So that helps me a little bit. So they don't live together, and she's being dishonest about the sleepover, which is totally normal. And then like 2 or 3 scenes later, that's when she delivers all of his stuff
In a bag.
So in
yeah.
other words, they sometimes
Sleep
sleep
at
over
each
each other's. Okay.
And it's cute, that scene that you're playing where doesn't she put on Hot in the City?
Maybe. What does she
I feel
do?
like she changes the radio and he's like, what are you doing?
Come on, leave it, leave it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Will you quit it?
Contract closed.
But it makes her laugh.
Play with everything?
Yeah, she's getting into her younger self.
Yeah, she's like, it's funny, you
Yeah.
know? So that is the Susan transformation. So this movie is focused on Josh. Again, it's the 80s, so we were very focused on how men felt about everything. But there is some deep Susan stuff in there as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's a scene that I'm not going to play, but when Paul is just such a stupid ass and he wants to feel superior to Josh, so he plays him in that paddle racket game. And just even the way Tom Hanks tries to evade him when he's trying
Puts
to,
the ball in this hand and then puts the ball in this hand.
and then he like does that duck under move
Uh-huh.
when he like grabs on the back of his sweatshirt.
Just like kids.
Tom Hanks, like everything he does in this movie is so perfect
Yep.
for being a 13-year-old boy.
And you just have to go back to what would you instinctually do? Like he actually says that I could use my instincts, and I know what he means, because something about being an adult is that you have learned what behaviors are appropriate and how to talk and move like an adult.
Right.
You know, like there's certain things you don't do anymore.
Yeah.
And when I'm saying that, I'm putting that in air quotes because I don't know if we should always follow that. But he just gets to, because that's the thing. If someone's grabbing for you, like adults are like ready to punch or
Yeah.
run away or whatever. They go into all of their fight, flight, whatever. But he just kind of evades and goes under and goes on the ground. And, you know, it's what kids do.
Loved it. Yeah, no, you have to suspend logic, the fact that Tom Hanks or Josh Baskin lands a corporate job with no background checks and all that. Like you just have to kind of allow.
Well, Susan plays a role in that because he's doing this.
Yeah.
And then and he's interviewing and the guy is asking him a lot of questions and Josh is giving weird answers. Then Susan comes in yelling at him
Yeah.
about this other person that is not showing up well.
Yeah.
And so I think the guy who's interviewing Josh is like, oh my gosh, can you just start?
Yeah.
Kind of like it's good timing.
Yeah.
And he's like, when can you start? And he's like, soon.
Are we ready for hidden gems?
Not quite yet. I wanted to say something about Zoltar. So you mentioned that the Zoltar machine came in and Billy's trying to answer him. There's also a really important scene where he and Susan go on like their first big date.
Yeah.
And they are walking on the, what is it called? The boardwalk.
Yeah.
And as they're going to go dance, they walk right by a Zoltar machine.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So
he's
very
totally
symbolic.
symbolic. He's not noticing what he's doing
Yeah.
anymore.
Good catch. Sweet, that would be a hidden gem.
Yes, that would have been a hidden gem. Sorry about that.
Should we just head on over to hidden?
Yeah, go ahead.
Still be sure when I walk in the room, I can still make the whole station laugh. And when I meet the band, they ask, do you have a man? I can still say I don't remember.
Okay, I have a few hidden gems, not too many, but good ones. So, for me, the hidden gem is that I love Billy.
Yes.
I just think that he is the moral compass of the entire movie, and he loves his friend, and he just wants to be with his friend, and kind of just reminds me of like some Stand By Me energy, where you just want to go play with your friends. I can totally identify and
Yep.
relate to that. There is a deleted scene that I'm going to play here in a second, and it's Billy's home life. Okay, and I talked to you a little bit about this.
Yes, you told me about this.
And his mom is just not that kind of a person. She's not a kind person. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of audio listening. So Billy is at the dinner table with his entire family, and his mom is just on one, and it just gives you some insight.
Can any of you appreciate that? You walked in here like it's some kind of a resort, lounging around, waiting for your dinner to be cooked, your clothes to be ironed.
So Billy's like just putting all the food on the table.
Once thought about how I feel? Do you know what it's like to work 8 hours and come home to this every single day?
So
Very like it doesn't fit the tone of the movie.
and maybe that's why they took it out.
Mhm.
And it gave Billy a little bit more story, I guess, which would have been fine. But anyways, that
Like you said, it helps understand. It helps explain why he can go into New York and nobody cares.
right. The other hidden gem is I think John Lovitz is hilarious in this movie.
In his small
Just
part.
that random stuff when he's dancing. Did you see
Yeah.
how he danced?
Yeah, he's like, "Ugh,
Yeah,
ugh."
he's like making these weird sounds when he dances. The boss, Mr. McMillan, he's such a sweetheart.
Yes.
He's not like some egotistical big time corporate CEO guy. He listens to anybody who has a good idea. It doesn't matter if they're top executives or lowly people like Josh Baskins was.
Well, two McMillan things. Number one, the fact that he goes to FAO Schwartz to look around and see what kind of toys are there.
Yeah.
He's like, I do this once a week or
Yeah.
whatever, just to see. So he's trying to, from the top down,
Yeah.
be thoughtful. And then this kind of, I don't love this, but when they're at the holiday party and Susan goes over to talk to him and ask him questions about work. She's trying to like have a conversation with him about work. And he says,
Have a drink.
have a drink. Like, let's not talk about work
Have
the
a
whole
couple
time.
of drinks.
Yeah,
It's a party.
exactly. So that's a good boss thing too, even though it ends up falling on the woman, of course,
Yeah.
but it still is, it tells you what kind of boss he
So
is.
to counterbalance that, I think Elizabeth Perkins is really, really good in this movie.
Oh, me too. I love it.
So anyways,
I think I'm a big fan of Elizabeth Perkins. I mean, like this movie, she's amazing. And then About Last Night, she is amazing. And I think she was, what was the other movie that I loved her in? Now and Then? Was she in Now and Then?
what's that?
Rosie O'Donnell. I'm not quite sure if that was Elizabeth Perkins or not. It was where they're like, and Demi Moore, they're like 4 grown women, and then they have them as kids as well.
Top 10 Elizabeth Perkins.
Yeah,
You
let's
ready?
hear. Okay.
About Last Night.
That's one.
From the Hip.
Don't know
It's
that.
Judd Nelson is in that.
Okay.
Big,
Mm-hmm.
Avalon, never heard of that. The Flintstones.
Yeah.
Wilma.
Yeah, she was Wilma.
Miracle on 34th Street.
The revised, yep.
28 Days, she's the sister.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she's really good in that. The Ring Part 2.
Oh, didn't know.
Weird. Must Love Dogs. That's Diane Lane and John Cusack.
Mm.
I'll be darned. And
That was where they're on like a not dating app, but where they meet each other through the newspaper.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. So yeah, I would say
So she's not in Now and Then.
it does not say in
Okay.
the top 10.
Okay.
So anyways, I just wanted to give some love to Elizabeth Perkins. She's really good in this.
Yes, she is really good. So just I want to say a few things about Billy.
Yeah.
Because he, Jared Rushton, like first of all, he's 51 years old now.
That's crazy.
I know, just to like make you feel old.
Old.
But he is he's in Big, but he also was kind of like one of those kid actors and everything. He was in Overboard, so he was one of their kids, right?
Yep.
And then he was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yep.
So he was one of their kids. He was in Pet Cemetery, which I don't remember that.
Hmm.
I don't know who he is in Pet Cemetery, and I've
Yeah.
seen that several times. But anyway, he was kind of like, in the 80s, in any generation, it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but I'm just going to talk about the 80s. There are certain actors, character actors that you see in every movie.
Yeah.
John Hurt is one of them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he always plays a jerk. He's
That's Home Alone.
no, he's not a jerk. Just a little absent or just
Yeah, Home
not-
Alone,
not
he's
clued in.
kind of the second wheel, like mom's the big person, but he's in the Pelican Brief, he's good.
I haven't seen it. Or
Yeah.
if I have, I forgot about it.
Pelican Brief?
I know you love it, babe.
Julia Roberts?
Yeah. Is that with Denzel? I forget.
Yeah, it's with
Okay.
Denzel. But he's good in that. He's a good person, is
Yeah.
what I mean. He's trying to help. Okay, so Hidden Gems, I think I did mine
Okay.
because I think it's the Zoltar machine, and then I had another one that I said was Hidden Gems.
It's time to move on. It's time to get going. What lies ahead? I have no fear.
So I will say, I think these days movies are quicker. I
Uh-huh.
think this movie is a little on the slowish end. Some parts in the beginning, like the setup to the movie, basically anything that Tom Hanks isn't in, I'm just like, like I don't know when Tom Hanks shows up. Maybe I wonder how long it takes for him to
About
show.
10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they have them at school, or they have them outside of school, remember, because they have to show Cynthia.
Yeah, Cynthia, and is she really, that's the cute little girl, right?
Cute girl, and Cynthia says hi to Josh.
Yes.
Remember?
So do you think Josh is in the cool crowd?
I think that they are somewhat neutral and that it's kind of a big deal that she says hi to him.
Sweetie, who's higher on the social ladder, Josh Baskin or Dustin from Stranger Things?
Josh Baskin.
I think that's safe.
Yeah.
to say. How do you rank the four main characters from Stranger Things from a coolness, or are they all equally nerdy D&D like?
I think they're all initially equally nerdy
Yeah.
D&D like, and then I think in season 2, I think Will is the lowest because he's zombie boy.
Yeah, that's right.
And everybody else they're not cool, but they're doing a little better. And then by the time we get to season 3, there's not a lot of school. Well, there's school stuff, but they're like, it's more about just them and their girlfriends. But wait, I'm not done. And then season 4, it's Lucas is cool.
Yeah.
Lucas is on the basketball team. And then it goes, so I would say Dustin is the lowest because even though Mike is also in the Hellraiser Club, he's in California. So Dustin is in pretty significant trouble.
I just realized you have to stay on your toes when you listen to Zen Pop Parenting, because
Why?
we just quickly go from big to ranking people in Stranger Things, because I was the one who started it. And I'm just picturing somebody like gets distracted for a second, like, why are they talking about Stranger Things?
I know, but that's okay.
I know.
This is not a spoon feedy podcast.
I know. That's my thing. You guys got to stay on the ball when
mean,
you're listening to Zen Pop
I
Parenting.
threw out Byron Mayo twice and you did not take anything from it. And then I had to explain he's from An Officer and a Gentleman.
Yes. Wouldn't it be better if you didn't even explain that and just let the people who know who Byron Mayo is?
That's the deepest deep cut. It's one thing to say Robert Loggia was in Officer and a Gentleman.
Yeah.
That's hard enough.
Yeah.
But then to be like Byron Mayo.
Yeah.
Because the only reason I know Byron Mayo is because of the rewatchables.
That's true.
Because they talk about him all the time.
That's true.
Because he's quite the character. He likes to, well, anyway.
Do you have any time to move ons?
I don't. I think maybe because I had the beginning of the movie I've seen the least.
Yeah.
That when I rewatched it this weekend, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I rarely watch this part.
Yeah.
So you kind of get the gist for his relationship with his mom, his relationship with his little sister. It just sets a nice tone where if a lot of people jump in when Tom Hanks shows up and you don't get those beginning things, because the whole thing about him wanting to be big was about Cynthia.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about not riding the ride.
Right.
It was about that he was told he couldn't ride the ride in front of Cynthia.
Yeah.
So, and not only that, but he told Cynthia he had ridden it before.
Yeah. So now all of a
And
sudden
she
he's
lied
alive.
to him. He lied to her.
Yeah.
And so he felt dumb.
He had
So
egg on his face.
he did. So that's what caused him to ask Zoltar to make him big.
That's right.
So that's an important plot point.
Are we gonna roll in the deep?
Sure, let's go.
Right, why don't you start this?
Okay, let's talk about, the deeper message about that growing up isn't the same as maturing, right? Like that Josh gets what every kid thinks they want, which is independence and money and freedom. And really, it can be kind of lonely and it can get really too serious too fast. I mean, the relationship with Susan is a positive, but it can be confusing and he has to learn all these like invisible rules and real maturity. This is the quote that I wrote down. Real maturity isn't about your age, job, or how many keys you have. I don't know what that means. It's about empathy, curiosity, and play, qualities that adults lose when they're trying to be serious.
Yeah.
So that's important. And so adulthood, this I thought was really, this is the same idea, but I like this language. Adulthood as performance, right? So like we talked about Susan before, like at the beginning, Susan's first act or the way that she acts, it's like adulthood performance. Like I'm going to smoke, I'm going to wear these clothes, I'm going to have my hair really tight, I'm going to, think I look like an executive. And really, she's angry and kind of miserable and jumping around and she doesn't know who she is. And when she starts to become more of herself and, becomes more playful is when she actually starts enjoying life, connecting with her friends, all those kind of things. Like that dinner party scene where she brings Josh with her, it has a lot of levels to it to me.
Yeah.
Number one, it's that she would take Josh to meet her friends.
Yeah.
Number two, it's that she even realizes, I think from the look on her face, that their discussion is kind of boring.
Yeah.
And so, but she's socializing, but she's kind of bored. And then, Josh is so smart. I love the scene. Instead of like them playing that where he looks like a dummy, he actually looks super smart. Do you remember that scene?
Intellectual stuff. Yeah. Anybody happen to see that great documentary about Columbus on PBS the other night?
No. Was it good?
I had no idea he had a fourth ship. Yeah, the Santa Cristina. That's right. He only had that on his second trip, though. You saw it too? No. But I used to study.
I used to
I
study.
studied. I don't remember Columbus having Santa Cristina on the second trip. Do you?
I didn't remember that either. And I also have to nitpick then when he says, I used to study algebra too, and he goes to tutor the kid. The example he gives, and he's like, that's algebra. I'm like, it is?
Yes.
But what does he say? He says,
if Larry Bird scores
Scored
10 points in the first quarter, how many is he probably going to get at the end of the game? And he's like, that's easy. It's 40 points.
40 points.
That's algebra.
Why is that algebra?
Because he's
Isn't that multiplication?
multiplication is a part of algebra, but it's also predicting. Multiplication is what's 10 times 4. But
Right.
how do we predict what Larry Bird is going to get at the end of 4 quarters is algebra, because you don't know what he's going to get unless you understand the relationship between the first quarter to the fourth quarter.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and take the win on this.
Okay,
because
go ahead.
You're not the algebra
No,
person in the
I
thing.
am not. But that's why I'm asking the
So,
question.
Yeah, 1 is to 4 as 10 is to 40. 1
X
quarter is
equals something.
1 over 4 equals 10 over X.
All right.
And then you do a little cross multiplication stuff. That's pretty much the limitation of my algebra.
I'm doing my pen.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, also in the same idea, the loss of play, just that when we lose our play is when we start to kind of lose track of what's most important in life. And obviously everyone that Josh connects with either enjoys that with him or they fight against it. Like Paul, who wants to even when he's playing, he wants to play serious. And Josh doesn't let him do that. Connection over achievement. Everything, as you already said, the through line of the movie is the relationship with Billy. And even when he is living his grown-up dream, he's not with the person who knows him best, and so by the end, returning to his childhood isn't like him going backwards. It's about him coming back to himself.
That's right.
It's not
He
like
lost himself.
He lost himself in the process. So, and then, I thought this movie has a lot of the quote I wrote down is stay awake inside yourself, no matter your age. And it's very Calvin and Hobbes, right? No matter how old you are. And again, something in my more Zen parenting moments, when I'm giving a presentation, what I always say, have this hair that's in my face. What I always say is every age you've ever been still lives inside of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So no matter how old you are, there is still a 13-year-old, a 20-year-old, a 30-year-old that lives inside you who like had needs and defense mechanisms and joy and all these things that are still in you. And you have to honor all those people. And one thing that I know, at least now, and I have been given the luxury of having a career where I've built a lot of things over time. But where I am right now in a career is that I am doing the things that I love, and a lot of it is play, like talking about the movie Big. So if you would have told my 7th grade self that I would be doing this in the future, I would have been very, very, very happy because this is all I did.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is the piece that Todd always gets on my case about. I thought everybody else loved to do this too.
No.
I had an assumption that everybody knew every song on the radio, that they knew the words, that they followed the albums that were big, that they watched movies 80,000 times, that they knew quotes and lyrics. Like, I went into the world believing that everybody loved the same things I did.
Sweetie, this is why we're happily married, because we're both unicorns. Like,
I
the
guess.
fact that I happened to memorize movie lines when I was in 5th grade before I ever met you,
Right.
and so did you.
Right. It's so
That's
strange.
why we're doing a podcast 48 years later.
I know. And that you and I, other people don't know who Byron Mayo is.
Most people don't.
And that's what I mean is like for Todd to walk around and go, wee, Jags. And I know exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's makes it nice. It makes for a nice
We're
conversation.
speaking the same language.
Exactly. We're speaking the same language. And then there's other people that also do. But I think my point that I'm trying to make is I think why this is important, bigger picture, is sometimes the things that you love the most that come easiest, that are your joys, you think everybody else can do them too.
Yeah.
And I also say this about again, I've had to study being a therapist and doing all that, but there's a lot of things that I just think about or I process or read about that I've always been interested in, more of like a sociological, like why are people the way they are?
Yeah.
And I think everybody's thinking about that.
Right.
Everybody's thinking about personal growth, everybody. And then you're like, no, they're not. That just comes easier to you.
Yeah.
And so those things, everybody listening to this, if you're in college or younger or you're our age or older, what comes easy to you is not easy to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so don't assume that you can't, it's not about you have to make a career out of it, but you can use it in some way, like because this is what keeps me young. You know what I mean? Like personal growth keeps me young, but movies and music, this is what keeps me happy.
Yeah.
It's more than young. I think they kind of go together, staying young-minded.
What's the quote? If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah, I forget that I'm getting paid for things all the time.
Yeah.
I walk out, they're like, here's your check.
Like, oh yeah, that's
okay,
right.
I get paid for this. Like, and that's not even a joke, you know? It's a nice, and sometimes there's still hard parts to it. We always have to, people are like, but do you love this part? I'm like, okay, that's a hard part. But for the most part,
And even some stuff that comes very challenging to us, there's joy in some of those things too. So there's always the black and the white and the gray.
Like, to do this, you have to market. Don't love marketing, but figure out how to do it. We figure it out. So I think that that's the deepest message is stay youthful minded, focus on what you love, bring joy into your life. And, that's what I think it's about.
Would you have, so Josh Baskin was 13.
He was 12.
He's 12. And then he was 30 or whatever.
Then he turned 30.
Then he had an opportunity to go back, and he chose to.
Yes.
Would you have gone back?
Well, definitely. Okay, so this is two different questions to me. If I was in this movie, I would definitely go back because I then had missed all my teenage years in my 20s.
Yeah.
If this was the movie Cocoon, where I had all those years, and then they said you can go back and be young, and then you're kind of are going to forget all this.
Yeah.
I would not do that.
What happens in Cocoon? So they ask all the old people whether or not they have an opportunity to
go back. The
And
space person.
How many people go back?
One.
Same as Twilight Zone, the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one kid goes and everybody else stays old.
Yeah. And I think it's a guy who's not partnered.
I don't know.
I can't remember Cocoon. All I know is we are 7 years older than Wilford Brimley was in that movie.
That's insane.
That's scary. We're also older than the Golden Girls. They were 52. I'm
That's
54.
insane.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's, that I think that, so I'll ask you, what about you?
What do you think I'm going to say?
You would go back.
Of course.
And I think that in some ways, and I get it, I'm not like literally offended, but it's sad because you then couldn't get old with me.
Sweetie, why don't you come back with me?
Because I like my daughters. I like my
I know,
life.
We'll make more babies later on. Sorry, is that weird?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
You're saying to JC Cameron and Skylar
We'll
that
make them again.
well, see, that's wishful thinking. You can't
Sweetie,
start to
Isn't this all wishful thinking?
well, if it's wishful thinking that I can go back, but see, here's the thing, I wouldn't be who I am.
Yeah.
Everything, like even the toughest years of my life made me who I am.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go back. You and I we would not be friends as kids.
Sweetie, we would be the best of friends.
I don't mean we would dislike each other, but we would not hang out together. I'm telling you what I was interested in is not what you were interested in.
What were you interested in?
Things like movies and clothes and big experiences. It's this.
We have to go back.
Kate.
Sweetie,
We have to go back, Kate.
Jack wants to go back.
Jack wants to go back. So I wanted to do I was just achievement, ambition.
Me too. We
We're not. Were you?
I got good grades.
Oh, I'm not talking about my grades. I mean, my grades are fine.
I wanted to achieve wrestling. I want to
Okay.
achieve playing basketball. I want to achieve playing baseball.
True.
Yeah.
You always talk about all I wanted to do was be
Wanna
with my
achieve
friends and play
playing
D&D.
Yeah, I want to achieve at Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. You didn't like going to dances. You didn't like prom. You didn't like the music I liked. Like, I think we would have been, I was kind of living it up. We were good friends in college. Once we got to college. Hockey.
Are we ready?
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
There's certainly cringy moments to this movie, but this is just an absolute.
What's a cringy moment? Just, I'm curious.
She's going to bed with really emotionally 13-year-old. It's a little cringy. 12, sorry.
You're right. So in WTF, we didn't talk about the fact that she was 30 and he was 12 and they had sex.
Yeah.
So let's just
How
put
do you
that
think
out
that
there.
night of sex was for her?
For
Quick?
her,
Quick?
I think I'm not quite sure, but he was happy in the morning.
He sure was.
He was excited to go to work when those elevator doors opened.
He sure was.
So, but yeah, I mean, but she cared about him, so I mean, it's not everything, I don't know. See, this is the thing. You kind of have to leave this movie at a certain level and not dig much deeper.
And I think we have to do that with a lot of movies.
Of course. So many 80s movies.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of it's inappropriate.
But
But it's also like lovely, but inappropriate.
are we ready for music game?
What about best quote?
All right.
I have a best quote.
I have a few quotes. What's so fun about that? I like that quote.
What's so fun about that?
And then I don't get it. You already did all my.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
La, la, la.
La la la. My favorite quote, I have a lot of favorites, but this is the one that I wrote down. It's a glow in the dark compass ring so you don't get lost.
It's pretty good.
And why it's cute is he's above her on the bunk bed. She's spending the night and he does this game where he puts this thing in his hand and makes her pick a hand and then she gets it wrong and
Yeah.
everything. But then when she gets the right hand, he gives her this glow in the dark compass ring. And the whole idea of so you don't get lost because remember, a lot of this is Susan's journey back to herself as well.
Yeah.
So it's got some layers to it. And that's when she kind of takes a deep breath and is like, oh, this is kind of lovely.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. Song.
Before song, I
Okay.
feel like there's a.
You think Mac will like it?
Oh, no, I think.
You know what we could do? We could do like sports comic books where like, if you're going to steal second or something like that, we could have sports books, baseball, football,
Really, it would work for almost any sport there is. Hockey.
Hockey.
Okay.
And that's a cute scene too, because she says, "How do you feel about me?"
Yeah.
And he can't
He can't
say anything, and he starts
Um,
hitting her with a
Yeah,
magazine.
it's really good.
Okay, so here we go.
So every now and again, I feel like we should explain this category. It's what non-obvious song is the best way to encapsulate the energy, the vibe, the feel of this movie? Is
It's
that
the vibe.
the vibe?
And it can't be like Hot in the City.
Yeah.
Because you don't
it's-
want to use a song from the movie.
Right. Right. Are you ready? So I'm going to go first.
Great.
I'm not even going to set it up.
Okay.
When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old past said. Boy, you got a present.
If you haven't figured it out, I got a soft spot for Billy in this movie.
Todd loves adolescent friendships.
I do. And plus there, we all think of Tom Hanks when we hear Toy
Yeah.
Story.
Mhm.
So it's like multi-level connection for encapsulating the movie big.
I like it.
Thank you.
I think it's a good one.
Thank you, Kate.
As you
Probably not as good as you think yours is.
Well, I think this is last week I really liked mine for 7. What did I use again? I don't remember, but I remember really liking it. Sometimes I come in and I'm like, dude, I've beat you.
Yeah.
And sometimes I come in mediocre and sometimes I come in above mediocre.
Yeah.
I think this is above mediocre.
Okay.
And this is why, because as I always say every week, I try and capture that time period, but a song not from it, but from the time period.
Okay.
Okay. So I chose Alphaville, Forever Young.
Alphaville.
Uh-huh.
Forever Young.
Uh-huh.
All right. I've never heard of this. 'Cause
Yes.
when I think of Forever Young, I just think of
Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart.
No, you know this song too.
All right.
Raising our leaders, getting into the music's played by the madman.
All right. I'm going to give it to you, babe.
You think it's good?
I think it's good. Yeah, it's
Great.
it's kind of a sentimental, emotional, and super relatable song for what the movie is all about.
And people may not know this, but that song is from the 80s. It's used a lot in TikToks. And so I think a lot of people think it's a more recent song.
Yeah.
It's kind of come back around.
40-year anniversary was
That song. So you know what I remember doing?
what?
Speaking of high school, I used to do the announcements, the morning announcements. And on my last day of morning announcements of doing it, I played that song.
Yeah.
And now that makes me feel really old.
Yeah.
Because I remember it like it was yesterday. Kind of like, wow, what a deep song. And we're 18. All right, I wasn't 18 yet, but I was getting close.
Yeah. So sweetie, I'm going to tip my hat, say congratulations
Thank you.
on winning the music game this week.
Thank you.
I'm going to play Forever Young as our outro. I don't have any trivia because we always go over all the trivia within the
I know.
confines of the podcast. So
Sweetie, wee, Jags.
next week, what are we going to do? I mean, I know we talked about it, but and we should probably promote other stuff before we.
Okay. Do you want me to do my
Yeah,
really quick
do your-
thing? Okay, everybody, don't go away. Just
Yeah.
keep listening. We'll
Yeah.
say something else that's funny. How you can support us. Team Zen is our version of Patreon. We have our own app, though. It's much cooler. We have a lot to offer. Follow my Substack, KathyKasaniAdams.com. Substack. Buy my books, Restoring Our Girls, Zen Parenting, Living What You Want Your Kids to Learn. Please check out Mad Living, which is the organization that Todd co-founded, and follow us on social media. If you had to choose one, I would say Instagram.
And we have about 800 and some odd podcasts about parenting.
Zen Parenting Radio, baby.
Yeah. And you can
Still there.
You can listen to it all in this very same feed. So you
You
don't have
sure
to go
can.
anywhere. Just scroll back and enjoy. And then lastly, Jeremy Kraft, he's a bald-headed beauty. If you live in Chicago and you need any painting or remodeling, he's your guy. Avidco.net, 630-956-1800. And then what are we gonna do next week?
Another Tom Hanks movie.
But we don't know which one yet.
I don't know.
All right, keep trucking, everybody.
Forever.